Now guys, if I was to start as a music manager in 2024, this is what I would do. Now I'm gonna give you a full breakdown. It's gonna be bizarre. There's no template. People always, they look at what people see online and they think this is the right way. I've been the most creative person to step foot in the music scene. So guys, look, check this now. First things first, you have to look at who's the gurus in music. Who do you actually rate as a music manager? Who is the amazing artist? I always look at the artist and then I try to do research of who are behind, who's the managers that are behind the artists. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So I look at Dave, for example, and I'll be like, well, who's behind Dave? I know who's behind Dave. You get me? And then I'll look at, okay, I'll listen to their back. I'll ask questions to other people and then be like, how long this person been in the music scene for? Let me look at Dave's career. He's been doing music since, and he's progressed and he's got to this level and he's put out how many projects, for example. So now guys, to understand and learn the music side of business, I understand in the UK, there's no one that's teaching the music side of business. So everyone's scratching their heads. There's so many artists that's trying to create music, the music is not connecting. And I feel like the fact that the music's not connecting, that is not really the point. It's more understanding the business side of music, because let's be honest, not every artist is gonna get millions of streams. Not every artist is gonna be a celebrity. There's certain artists that are literally not good at music, but they actually think they're good. Now, to become a music manager, you gotta look at all these factors, and inside of my community, obviously I explain all these factors, because for me, I feel like when I was a music manager, I went through trial and error, and it made me who I am now. And knowing every step of the way and what to do, like that's everything. So the fact that now my whole focus is, I'm gonna train 500 of you. 500 of you, I'm gonna teach you the business side of music. I need 12 weeks with you lot. 12 weeks with you lot. I need 12 live streams, and I need 12 weeks with you lot. And I guarantee you, me shadowing you lot after that, you're just gonna be amazing music managers. And look, things take time. So never give yourself, don't put pressure on yourself. When I was a music manager, there was no pressure. We just released the music, we had a strategy, and we went from there. So imagine Bouncer now, yeah? Bouncer being here. 2024, get me? 2024, you got Bouncer. He's here. Now guys, I am no hierarchy. I'm just literally the person that's behind the scenes that is helping you guys. And now look, you've got this side of the business. You've got from here to here. All of you are up and coming music managers. All of you want to manage artists. All of you want to step in the music industry and you want to develop artists. You have a passion for music. Now look, there's loads of factors. When you're looking for artists, you're online, artists wanna know, what is your accolades? What have you done? What are you doing? Now, the fact that you come from myself and I'm behind you lot and I am teaching you the business side of music, I'm teaching you how to become a music manager, straight away that's accolades. You go to any artist and you say that to them, you know, okay, cool. He's coming with backing. He's coming with someone that's been there and done that. He's coming with someone that is a platinum selling manager. He's coming with someone that has developed many artists. And when I tell you I've developed many artists, guys, yeah, I mean, I've gone from managing Quainface, like him being in a drill, gang banging group, to him being a solo artist, to him making a tune with Ed Sheeran. Like, check how it looks. Check the trajectory. Now guys, look, artists are always skeptical, so is managers. And this is why it's very important that there's steps where you don't put too much pressure on yourself. And I do understand that not every artist has capital to invest in themselves. So they look for managers or they look for investors for their music to develop, for it to go to the next stage. And it has to make sense for everyone. There's been loads of horror stories. My story is a horror story as well, but there's been loads of horror stories where the manager has invested tens, 20s, 30s, 40s of thousands of pounds, and they're trying to recoup. And the reason why they're trying to recoup, because they don't know the business side of music, or it's taken time for the artist to develop, or once it gets to 6 weeks, 8 weeks, 6 months, it's not really making sense here. So artists want to part ways. They might have found someone that is more connected in the music scene that can take them to the next level, but then the manager has got a bad taste in his mouth because he's invested all of his money and he wants his recoup. He wants his recoup and his 20%. Imagine that. So check this. When I was managing Quainface, my infrastructure was, look, I bought 3 songs of Quainface. I will explain that in the next YouTube video. But Quainface had a manager. He was my brethren. So I trained up my brethren to be a manager and I overseen them. And I said to Quainface, I don't want no percentage of your management agreement. Don't care. Don't want no percentage. Whatever deal structures you lot got, I don't want nothing. The reason why I said that, because money is the root of all evil. And I believed in my ability. And it wasn't, at that stage, it wasn't really about money. I had nothing then because I lost everything, but I just wanted the artists to know that, look, man is the real deal when it comes to developing you guys. Like, man's the real deal. I know what to do. I know how to structure a deal structure and go from then. Anyway, from releasing them 3 songs, from releasing what we had with Quainface, we managed to get him a distribution deal, which was amazing. So the investment, obviously, that Quainface manager put in, he managed to get back his money and get back his 20%. He was happy. Now also, he was in on the 3 songs that we bought. So up to this day, over 3 years later, we've been making money. Now check this. This is why everyone's happy. But let me take you down the structure now. Obviously, there's you lot here. Now you're looking for your artists. You've done your training, you're tapped in. And look, if you're gonna take this serious, you're gonna take this serious. If you're gonna build and you wanna be someone, you're gonna take this serious because you can actually end up managing people like DBE, Central C, and these people if you're gonna take this very serious. But look, we're here. You've learnt the business side of music, and you have myself to answer all your questions. So you have me shadowing you. Now you found your artist. All of you found your artist. What's the steps of finding the artist to make sure the artist is comfortable? Well, look, there has to be some sort of grace period. So when I say there has to be a grace period, I think there has to be a period where there's no contracts in place. And if there is contracts in place, obviously there has to be something. If you're investing money or you're paying for music videos, you have to jot down every single thing. You have to get an invoice and everything. You have to open up a business. You have to open up a company, period. Do things properly. Get an invoice for everything. You jot it down. And you break it down to this artist and be like, look, I'm investing in you and I'm doing X, Y, and Z. We're going 50-50s. That's what it has to be. If I release this and we release this all streaming platforms, I want to recoup my money and then we go 50-50s on the track. That's the fairest way because a manager and an investor are 2 different people, guys. So please understand this. And as being a manager and for artists to understand, it's 2 different things. If you're a manager and your whole role is to make the artist progress. Use your connections to get in the artist better features, get in a great creativity and plan together and sitting down and executing, doing all the back end. So the artist can release his music and you can focus on all the nitty gritty. Now, investment is totally different. So as a manager, you're getting 20%. But if you're an investor now, you should be getting 50%, you should be getting 30, you should be getting 40 because you're investing your own money. So there's two different things. But what I will say, what happens is when you start paying for 1 track, 2 track, you might have a mixtape that you've put out. You've got the artist to a certain level now. Now it's time to sign a management contract. You've been doing what you've been doing for 6 months, a year, everyone's happy. It's time to always be on the same page. When things are up in the air and not clear, that's how miscommunications happen. That's how arguments happen. That's how mothers and family members and all these people start getting in the way when the labels start coming in and they start chucking big fees and distribution fees. And then that's how people start forgetting what we've been doing. So once it gets to that level now, and you're making good money through your distribution, in terms of independent distribution, you put out the record through Ditto, and I don't know, each song is streaming a couple million streams, you're making good money, you've recouped your money. You've got to a level now where you built a pot, yeah? You can be like, look, I built a pot now, I don't need your investment, but the tracks that we've got, so all the songs, all the tracks, we've got five tracks. We're going 50-50. We're going 50-50 with these 5 tracks, yeah? Now, check this. Moving forward, I want you just to be my manager. We've been offered a distribution deal by the big labels. They wanna give us 250K, for example. 250K, yeah? To put out a mixtape. 12 track mixtape, so 12 tracks, yeah? Now guys, that means visuals, that means buying the beats, that means mix, master, that means campaign, ads, creativity, everything in this. 250, it looks like a lot of money, but when you break it down, it might leave you with, you might have, your visuals might have cost, everything might have cost 175K. You might have 75K put down there, ready to inject in a track that is doing what it needs to do. So guys, look, once you get to this stage, you now want to tell your management, he's been your investor, he's still getting 50%. And guys, check this, it's very important you look, pay attention. As you keep on developing the artists, their back catalogue is always still going to stream because new people that come across the artists are going to listen to their previous songs. So if they're listening to their previous songs, you're still going to be making money. You're still going to be making 50-50, just like I'm still making money 3 years later from 3 of Quainface's songs. Songs called Auntie, Swing It, and Hi-Hats. I will explain in the next video. Now look, before I carry on, there's a link in my bio, it's a Skool link, yeah? And I want you, look, anyone that wants to be an up and coming manager and anyone that is an artist watching this, join my free community. Now, every other week I do free webinars and I explain to you how my community is gonna work. Listen, it's a revolution, it's game changing. But look, check this now. You're at this stage and this is when you tell and you look, speak and be like, this is the right time. Now you're my manager and you receive 20%. 20% of all capital that comes in from here. So 20% of everything. Publishing, 20% of streaming, once recouped, 20% of booking, live performance, everything. Because now you've created this, now you've got to this stage, and then you do a contract. And now you're gonna ask me, how long should your contract be? So look, I always think contracts should be around 2 years. 2 years, there should be a contract, and everything that gets released in that 2 years, you're entitled to your 20%. Are you with me? So if you sign a deal, and in that deal structure, you've got 3 projects to come out. You've signed a deal in that 2 years. That deal should carry on through. Anything you sign after that, a manager is not entitled to. And this is me breaking things down to you. This is what should be happening. This is the 2024 steps to be a music manager. Always do a contract. You don't know where you stand, I know where I stand, everything's in black and white. Put everything in the contract. Make sure there's a mutual agreement, and if any of you don't want to part ways, you can still part ways, but just make sure that all parties are getting paid so it don't break down relationships. Now, check this now. You've got to all this stage and you're progressing. Now, after 2 years, you get to the 2 years, you've done amazing. You're flying, yeah? You lot can sit down and you lot can extend it. And it's very important that artists get to a certain level and in their head they start thinking, why am I giving 20% of my earnings? Why do I keep on giving 20% of my earnings? You need to remember where you came from. And there's a business structure. And it's very important that you understand business, because it started with we had nothing, and now we've ended and we've built something as a team, and we're running a brand. We're running a brand, we're running you. You are the face of the brand, and we're running a whole business. So artists and manager, it's very important that you lot don't fall out over money, because money is the root of all evil. So look, these are the steps, and when you get to the 2 years, you extend it and you go from there. And this is the best, cleanest guide to becoming a music manager in 2024. And when I say the certain things that you have to do, obviously there's loads of creativity things you have to do to help your artist grow. But obviously being part of my team, these are the things that obviously we're going to share with you lot, and we're going to get you to be the best that you can be, because if you come from the schooling of me, that means that, listen, I've got a reputation. I've got to make sure that you lot are the best that you can be, man. So yeah, man, follow the description and follow the link, man, and just get it.